Good afternoon, everybody. Slump Music here again. Everybody's pretty excited about the 2.11.8 update. Been watching all these videos, all of them saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it's just the audio interface. That update's actually been out for a long time. It's just that it wasn't working. But now I guess Akai fixed it. But I mean, it is what it is. So I'm going to take a little time just to talk about this update real fast since, I mean, I see everybody just talking about it and, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they fixed some bugs in it. So pretty much this update right here, I mean, I tried it out. Actually, I have a 18i20 and an 88 8200 SCARLET interface, and I connected that to my Force, and I have a Tascam Model 12, and it's connected directly to my computer. Now, when I run all the audio, I mean everything still ran into my interface or whatever, but I hooked up like I said, I hooked up the interface directly into the USB on my Force, so it is reading it, and I turned on the 32 in, 32 out. When I send out the sounds out of the Force, it is sending all the audio directly into my Tascam Model 12, so it is working correctly. I mean, on that part right there, far as standalone. Now, I just tried to see like, okay, well, I mean, it's working on standalone, but I still should be able to use my Akai software. So I'm not being able to use my Akai software because the 2.11 .8 firmware is not compatible with the software until they update the software. You know what I'm saying? The software has not been updated yet. So I figured, well, I might as well go live and show exactly what I have going on here and what's my issue. So as you see on the screen right here, it says there's a driver installation error. The MPC hardware driver were not properly installed on your computer. The computer, well, anyway it goes, the driver has been installed, but it's installed to the update to what the software is. It's not 2.8 as what the hardware is. So they're not gonna be compatible like that. So I'm gonna go through a couple things, um, just to see if I can kind of get it to work. You know what I'm saying? The last resort would be to take it back to the last update. You know what I'm saying? So I can get it back to work. Um, Technically, it was actually working already before 2.11.8. It just had a few bugs in it, but the way I have my studio connected during that time, it wasn't even the interface wasn't even connected to the Force anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just running my cables out. But I'm one of those ones, I don't like to stop my workflow for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep things moving, and that's kind of like a setback. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could do all my beats in standalone. That's fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? I could work that all day long, but I just wanted to decide to see if I was gonna be able to use it with the software. You know what I'm saying? Because I got other stuff in there, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is, as you see on the MPC, it's not connected to the software, and on the software it's letting you know there is no there's no driver for it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens when I do this. All right, I'm just gonna close this little window right here. All right, that's letting me know already, but um, what I'm gonna do is, since the Forces are already in computer mode, I'm gonna close it out so you can see when I do open up the software right here. I don't know why I got these question marks. But anyway, when I open up the software, you know, your MPC usually turns on. So that gave me an idea. Okay, no, it's not gonna work. All right. So the best thing I could try to do to get this thing to work is see if I can take it back. You know what I'm saying? Take that 2.11.8 out of there and put another recent one that I had into my hard drive on my live in there. So let me see what I could do with that. Cause it ain't working. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what brought it to my attention was because I did the last video and I was talking about the start stop Ableton link, and I wanted to check it out with you know, see how everything was gonna run with with the with the live and the force. There's a problem that I had like when I with me running the interface directly into the force. Everything was running perfectly. Like I can send the tracks out from the force, and they were routing into my mixer or whatever. But the whole thing is, I also have my MPC live routed into the interface. Now my interface is connected through the USB on my force, so the audio that's coming out of the MPC into the interface, it kept popping up on track 7 and 8, well 1, 2, and 7 and 8 on the Akai force. And the problem that I was having was I wasn't able to divide that right there from the Akai Live on the input to the force. Even if I set it to just track 7 and 8, just to get it off channel one and track 1 and 2, I couldn't get it off of that, and all four of those tracks will also be hitting at the same time. The only way I was able to get my audio to come out of the the MPC live and it's coming into my force like that was I had to bring up an audio track in the force and then sample into a clip whatever I did on the live, and then continue my project on the force. And that's not really right. I don't like to do that right there. I mean, it's cool, you can do that. I mean, you're just gonna sample your project over from one to the other. I mean, yeah, it does work like that. Or you could do your beat on the MPC live, and then you could export that out and then import that into the force, and it will load in there. That was part of the last update that it was actually able to do that correctly now. You know what I'm saying? When you load your MPC project up in the force, they show up as tracks, and you can work with them from there. You know what I'm saying? You can actually load your whole MPC project into the force and finish working on it in it like that. But that's not cool the way everything is hitting on channel 1 and 2 and 7 and 8, and I can't divide those coming out of the MPC live since I'm running my interface directly into the force. I'm gonna have to try to work out another way for that. But the main reason while I'm waiting to update this, I mean, even let me try it one more time while I'm live. Like I say on this channel right here, I just freestyle everything. If it works, it works. It don't, it don't. I'm trying to get it to work right now. I mean, I like to be universal. I do use my MPC Live in standalone, but I also like to use it in with the software as well. You know what I'm saying? And me not being able to use it with the software is kind of like a setback. Let me see if I can put it back in controller mode and see, so you can see it's not gonna load up into the software. So as you see, it would not load up to the software, and you do see on the the screen that that the driver installation error It ain't gonna be. There's no use of going into your M Music account to download the driver because that driver is not gonna work for this update. You have to have the 2.11.8 update driver for the software to work. So I'm gonna try to set it back to another update before this 2.11.8, and I still have my MPC. I still have my interface connected directly into my forest to be working the same way as 2.11.8. Let me update that real fast so you can see it. You can see me when I do that. So as you can see, it's 2.11.8 in there now. I don't really know how this is gonna work. This is all freestyle. I might have to try to go into my downloads to see if I can find another IMG whatever. But this one says 2.11.6. It's going back to. So I'm gonna see if this works. And if it does work and it connects to the software, I might just use it as that for a minute, and then I just go into my downloads or whatever, and I'll find the one that was like right before 2.11.8, and install that one right there. But I'm pretty sure um, the way I have it set up now, it still should be working um, with the interface connected directly into the fours, and everything should work. I'm not sure if this is the release update that I'm actually installing it into because I do beta test for Akai, but it can be an earlier version of the beta. But I mean, whatever version it is, this version's already been released. So I went back to 2.11.6. I'm gonna put it in computer mode and let me see if it loads into the software. So I'm still getting the same driver error. I don't know. It just ain't working right. I might probably have to go into my downloads and see if I can find the one that's right before 2.11.8, and then see if I could download that and see if it works. That's gonna be a minute, but I thought this right here was gonna work since I took it back a little bit, and I mean, it didn't work, so it is what it is. I mean, if I can't get it to work, the worst come to worst, I'll just run it in standalone and then just kind of like how to try to figure out why that those four channels on the MPC live is coming out on 1, 2, and 7 and 8 on the fours, and not the desired channel that I'm actually sending it to. But since that one right there didn't work, I mean, I might as well just take it back to 2.11.8. So I'm gonna put it back to 2.11.8, and I just ran it like that until Akai eventually come out with the 2.11.8 software with the driver, and then it will work after that. But I mean, that's kind of like a real setback, though. I mean, that kind of puts a crowbar on producers' productivity. Akai, you guys need to be listening. You guys can't just drop a firmware without, what I'm saying, making it compatible, at least with the software that's out right now before you come out with 2.11.8 software. At least make the hardware compatible so producers can keep doing what they're doing instead of um, everything coming to a halt or changing their whole workflow into standalone or whatever until you get the software right. That's not really cool, you know what I'm saying? I like to keep things moving, you know what I'm saying, all day long. So I don't like I don't like surprises, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool that the 2.11 does work. They took out the little crackle, whatever. I mean, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, my thing is if it's just a bug fix, I mean, that's cool too, but I mean, why not put the driver into the software so I mean, at least they can still work with it, you know what I'm saying? To keep it going. 2.11.8, even if it's only a bug fix or whatever, at least it's still gonna work. And then later on, you can make 2.11.1, 2. Whatever, and whatever update extra that you're gonna have with it. You know what I'm saying? The extras and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I'm just kind of frustrated now because I mean I really wanted that right there to work because I set it back. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't if I would have known that it wasn't gonna work with the software, I never would have updated to 2.11.8. I mean, I have my MPC live, and I have my MPC one. I have my Akai Force, and the only one that's still running on the other update is the MPC one, and that's packed away in the box. I don't even use it. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of really did put a crowbar into my productivity today. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. I mean, I just try to try it out, freestyling it all day on this channel right here. I mean, nothing is pre-recorded, pre-rehearsed. Everything is straight freestyle. So if it works, it works. It don't work, and then it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But at least you got to see it as I tried it. You know what I'm saying? So you know if it worked, it was gonna work, and if it didn't work, then okay, yeah, it didn't work. So that kind of really blows my mind right there, just to know that Akai just put out an update 2.11.8, and it's only the firmware, but it's not compatible with the software. So it's gonna really put some producers on a hold. You know what I'm saying? Some it wouldn't matter to because the only thing they do is work and stand alone anyway. But I mean, for each his own. It's all good. Well, on Slump Music anyway, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have the time, just hit that button right there. Hit subscribe. If you like to just see what I do, cause I'm not pre-recording none of this right here. Everything that I do is all straight freestyle, and I'm trying different stuff out. I'm trying it out live, so I mean I can go back and watch this video, and I can make adjustments or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing stuff live, and I'm try to make things work. So if it works, then okay, I got it to work while I was live, and if it didn't work, then you got to see, okay, it does not work. And if there's anything extra that I'm not trying or I could have did or whatever, you guys can always chime in the comment box like, hey, try this, try that, and I would actually really try it while I'm live, and we can come to some type of conclusion. I mean, if it's gonna work or not. Know what I'm saying? I'm up for anything to see if it's gonna work. But pretty much on this one right here, it's not gonna work until Akai comes out with the driver. So once they come out with the driver for 2.11.8 for the software, then it's gonna work. But until then, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Keep the game rolling. I mean, keep things pushing. I mean, you can still make beats and stand alone. I got everything routed out. I can still do everything like I did in the last video. as the way I have it set up now. I mean, so I have everything routed, and I can still record it to my mixer. I can still do everything else that I was doing. It's just that kind of like just pushed me a little bit to the side a little bit on my production side. You know what I'm saying? With this update right here. So I don't know. I'm trying to think now if I should even leave it connected to my force and just run it like that with the interface running into the force and just route my channels like that, or connect my interface right back to my computer and just run it out the cables like I was doing before. I mean, it was working the way I had it before. It just, you know what I'm saying. I was just trying to see if how Akai fixed that, and if it was worth um making any kind of adjustments or anything. But I mean, it is what it is. It does work the way they have it set up, but it does still have some bugs in it though. My audio that I'm sending out of my MPC live, it's coming out of channel 1, 2, and 7 and 8, and I can't change those inside the force or redirect them to another channel or anything, like, or even turn them off. Like I was trying I was trying different kind of things, like, sending it out through a different routing channel, or or whatever, and it was still sticking to channel 1, 2, 7 and 8. So I can't get it off of that right now. So I'm trying to think if there's something I might need to do inside the force, because I was working with both of them, changing the channels. I changed the channel on the force, and then that's how I realized that the inputs was coming out on 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 on the force, and I could see it in I was able to see it in Ableton hitting on the meters of what channels that it was actually hitting on. I wasn't able to change them over or turn off the channel 1 and 2, and just at least have the MPC live come out of channel 7 and 8, and then I can have whatever other channels coming out of the fours running through 1 through 6 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's all backwards. You know what I'm saying? The way it's all routed and coming through the interface, with the interface connected directly into the forest, it's working, but it's kind of different. It's really different, because I mean, the channels are not lining up like where it should be. Like, I got like everything routed to, like, from my force. Like, channel 1 is in channel 1, channel 2 is in channel 2. All this stuff is already routed into my interface, like back to back, so everything's lined up. But I'm going into the force, and I go on output 6, and my output 6 is coming out on channel 3 in my interface or whatever. It's on a different channel, kind of like. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that's coming. I don't know if that's the problem with it being connected directly with the USB in the force, or something just messed up or something. I don't know. But I think today what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna disconnect the USB from the force and just plug it right back into the computer, and make sure everything is still routed into its own separate channel on the right correct channel. And then I'll plug it back up, and then I'll be able to tell the difference. I might record that one, just so I'll be able to share it on YouTube to see what's the difference if I unplugged it and plugged it back into the computer. Are these channels gonna line up, or is it something going on with the way I have my interface connected directly into the force? Because I'm using the 18920 and the 8200, and those are both synced into each other. So I don't know if that's making a difference. I don't know. There's a lot of different things going on in my head right now. What could be going on, and actually what could be happening. But one other thing is, like, I mean, why I can't get this software right here to work. That was the main reason why while I'm live right now, because I was trying everything that I can to get that get it to work with the 2.11.8 firmware, but the firmware is not connecting with the software. At least it ain't on my end. And I'm on an M1 and I'm running Ventura. So if anybody else is running the same thing I'm running, leave a comment and let me know if yours is working or it's not working, and we can see if we're on the same page. I mean, if yours ain't working and mine ain't working, then it just ain't working. Now, if yours is working and mine ain't working, then I might have a problem here, and I have to you know what I'm saying, research my research. But it is what it is. But I want to thank everybody, man, for tuning in. I mean, I really do appreciate you guys for even checking out my channel or even checking out what I do and what I got going on here. I'm not on here trying to show that show all the stuff that like everybody else be trying to do. Well, this does this. I'm not your teacher. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not your teacher. On this channel right here, I can only show you exactly what I know, not what somebody else has been posting on. Because all these videos nowadays, I've been watching for the last couple of days, watching the 2.11.8 videos. In all these videos, everybody's talking about the same thing. Oh, it does this. They fixed this here with the audio. Okay, yeah, we already know that. We only need really one video you know what I'm saying? The one guy, he was the first one to come out with the first video, and he said, okay, 2.11 was out, and he pretty much broke it down. It wasn't really nothing really big in it. They just fixed the audio interface. Now everybody else is on here want to talk about the same exact thing. I mean, come on now. You got something else new that we don't know about with the 2.11.8. Let's talk about that right there. I'm talking about right now why my hardware is not working with my software, and I'm really concerned about that because this is putting like a dent on my production. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to make content about something that somebody else just made content about. I want to make something fresh, so I'm looking for other things that's out of the box instead of in the box that everybody else is talking about. And there's other problems going on with 2.11.8 other than this right here. This is just the first thing that I spotted, that it's not compatible with the software, and pretty much it ain't gonna be compatible with the software until Akai comes out with the driver for the software. So it is what it is. But until then, I mean, let's go. Let's rock some music. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, man, feel free to subscribe. I don't have very many subscribers, and I don't like really asking people for things. But if this content is useful for you, and the other stuff that I'm gonna be loading up, and how I do my templates, and I'm gonna start just making videos of just me straight doing beats, and I'll be talking right through it, or what I'm doing as I'm creating the beat. So you guys can see how my workflow is. Everybody has their own workflow. Dilla, everybody has their own production workflow, and I have my own. So I just want to share it with everybody else, and maybe it'll be useful. You know what I'm saying? As you guys see the way I have mine set up, I like to just hit play, and everything in my studio is gonna run, and I can just bang a beat out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be worrying about things not being on tempo and stuff like that. But we're gonna make it happen. It's 2023. Let's do it. I'm Slump Music. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks a lot.